Hello and welcome back to my craft room here in my 1902 farmhouse. My name is Alicia with Country Mama Musings, and we are working on block 34 for our Heirloom Afghan crochet along. This week's block is the V-stitch, and you can see the little V's here that stack on top of each other as our block comes together. So get your supplies and let's get started. For today's block, we will be using a size 8 5.0 millimeter crochet hook and whatever color you have determined to be color A for your Heirloom Afghan crochet along. For me, that color A is white, so that's what I'll be using for today. Today, we're going to be working in rows, and we're going to start with a chain of 28. So starting with a slip knot, go ahead and get that started, leaving yourself a nice long tail to sew back into your work. Get that onto your hook, and we're going to chain 28 loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having completed 28 chains, let's move on to row 1. Row 1 is going to be comprised of completing a series of V-stitches. We're going to start with a V-stitch straight away. So we're going to complete a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook, not counting the loop that's already on your hook, counting over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5th chain right here. Yarn over into that chain, grabbing our yarn and pulling it back through. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, and going right back into that same stitch, completing another double crochet. Just as we did before, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And here we have a V-stitch. We're going to continue these V-stitches as we go down our chain link here. We're going to skip the next 2 chains. So we're skipping 1, skipping 2, going into the 3rd one and completing another V-stitch. So again, that's a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, completing another V-stitch. We're skipping 2, skip 1, skip 2, going into the very next chain right here, completing another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. I'm going to complete this series to the end of the row, and I'll meet up with you there. So again, skip 2, complete a V-stitch, skip 2, complete a V-stitch. I'll meet up with you when we're down here at the end. Hey, are you enjoying putting together all of the beautiful heirloom sampler blocks for our Heirloom Afghan crochet along? If so, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, check out the playlist that has all of the videos for every block for our crochet along, and be sure to share the video with your friends that like to crochet. Okay, let's get back to our project for this week. I'm here at the end of our chain, and I'm going to skip 1, skip 2, complete a V-stitch right here. This will be the last V-stitch of this row. Completing our second, whoops, came off of the hook there. That happens. Okay, we have 2 chains left. We're going to go to this very last chain and complete a double crochet. No V-stitch here, a double crochet, and I'll show you why we're doing that. Let's go ahead and remove our hook and lay out our block here, looking at row 1. So we have a series of V-stitches here. When we skipped these first 4 chains, this creates, in essence, a double crochet. So we have a double crochet at this end. We need to balance that out with a double crochet at this end. So just a double crochet, and then we have a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 V-stitches in between. Let's move on to row 2. Getting our hook back on our work here, we're going to chain 3 and turn. 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. Now again, this is going to count now as a double crochet here at the end. We're going to work a V-stitch in each chain 1 space across. So here we have our V stitch right here, and we've got this chain 1 right here in the middle. We're going to go into the space, not into the actual stitch. Right here in the space, we're going to complete a V-stitch, which is the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And that places a V-stitch inside of this V-stitch, and it creates a very lovely pattern. Moving on to our next V-stitch, completing a V-stitch in that space, not in the stitch, in the space. There's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Moving on to our next V-stitch, we've got our chain 1 space right here. That's where we'll be working. Completing another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I'm going to work to the end, completing row 2, and I'll meet up with you right here. So we're here to the end of our row 2. We've completed our final V-stitch of row 2 right here in the prior V-stitch here. We've got this double crochet here at the very end. We're just going to double crochet in the very top of that chain that is actually a double crochet. That was the chain turn here from when we made round 1. And here, let's take a look now at row 2. Once again, we have a double crochet at the end and a double crochet at the end. And we have our series of V-stitches here worked in the V-stitches from the prior row. To continue and complete this block, you're just going to repeat row 2 over and over again until your block measures approximately until your block is approximately 7 inches square. I'm going to put some more rows in and I'll meet up with you when we're ready to measure our work. Okay, I'm completing the last V-stitch here on a row. Go ahead and put my double crochet here at the end. Let's set this down and see where we're at here. Now this is a very nice stretchy square. You can block it if you want to, but I don't think you'll need to. So here we have rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've just completed row 11. Now depending on your gauge, it may take more or less for you. But let's get another block here and compare our size and see if we're where we need to be. Let's lay this block down and take our current block, block 30 for the V-stitch. We'll place it on top here. And you can see I've got it right here to the edge on the bottom. Let's see, do we need to complete any more rows? Look at that. I don't think so. We're right where we need to be for our square. It's perfect. Let's go ahead and take this one out and get this back on our hook so we don't lose any of our work. Now, what you want to do is you want to complete the edging. Do not finish off. You're going to complete the edging round 1, and you're going to complete the edging for round 2. I will put the directions for the edging right up here in the corner on an iCard, or you can find that on the playlist for our Heirloom Afghan crochet along. Okay, so that's it for block 34, the V-stitch. This is a beautiful, beautiful stitch. If you'd like to make a full-sized Afghan just out of this stitch, or maybe even a baby blanket, just remember that your starting chain will be a multiple of 3 plus 1. So anything that you can times by 3 plus 1, that will give you what you need to start your V-stitches back and forth, starting with your row 1. Okay, so after you get your edging on, there's only one thing left to do, and that's get a tag. Mark this appropriately. This is week 34, the V-stitch, color A, and then set this aside with your other blocks until we're ready to put our Afghan together. Thank you so much for joining me here at the craft room in the farm. I look forward to seeing you next week when we work on block 35, the twin stitch. Until then, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.